Hey guys, Rock here out in Island Pond, Vermont. It's September 29th, 2022. Today I got a 2022 cfmoto Zforce 500. First cfmoto I've had. First one I'm going to try out, so let's look at the machine a little bit. So this is the machine here. It's actually a pretty good looking machine. If you'd ask me what I think it looks like, the front end's a little bit different, but it's almost the body of it and the whole design of this machine is almost like the 2014 Razor Trail 800 I had, the Polaris there. Very similar body style, and I think that's what they kind of copied here. Same type of seats. These are actually a little bit better bolstered seats than the older Polaris Trails, but the bottoms look identical. But anyways, so this thing, like I said, 2022 MSRP, I think brand new is $9,500 on this. So it's actually a very good deal for what you get. You get a nice 4,500 pound winch. You don't get the windshield, somebody put that on. You do get the rear view, the side view mirrors, the roof, nice 14-inch wheels with 26-inch 6-ply tires on them. They're not aggressive, but they're a good trail tire. A-Buzz, I think cfmoto runs these a lot on most of their side-by-sides, but it is painted plastics, so that's pretty good. You get the power steering, electric power steering, CV Tech clutches, 4-wheel drive. You know, for a sport rig, you get a deep bed, so that's pretty nice. Standard 2-inch receiver hitch, but as you can see, not much ground clearance on this thing. Very little. Well, we're in a little bit of grass, but there's not a lot of clearance on it. But it is a 50-inch wide side-by-side, so you're restricted with that stuff. Let's look inside the cabin here. We got your 2-wheel drive, 4-wheel drive selector. You can also have a separate differential lock, so that's nice. Lock all 4 wheels in. It doesn't have a turf mode, but a lot of machines don't. Let me show you the gauge here. Pretty nice gauge. It's got you get your speed. You can put this on for your RPMs, fuel gauge. You got a lot of stuff going on here, so it's actually a very nice gauge. Crisp. The only thing I noticed is it's very bright when it's dark out. Nice when it's light, but very bright when it's dark. And there's no way to dim it. You got quite a few knobs. This is an override button for your differential. When you're in differential lock, you're limited on speed. You got a horn, which is pretty nice. Kill switch, which this is the first I've seen on a side-by-side. Usually they don't have kill switches. Most ATVs do, but it is what it is. You got your lights. You have running lights plus your headlights, high beam, low beam. Your shifter here, it's kind of very vehicle-like, car-like. You got a lock on here. So it's got a park in the transmission. You know, it's got high, low, neutral, reverse, plus a park in the transmission, and it's got a park and brake. That's very nice. A lot of them don't come with park and brakes, and they should. We have a small storage box up here. Let's go ahead and pull this off for you. We're going to take this thing for a test drive too, and we'll give it a good run. You got a small box there, you can fit some stuff in. I'll throw that back on, and we have a glove box here. Pretty good size, and there is a small compartment over the driver's side. That's right, I forgot about that. You got you can put water bottle, registration, whatever you want in there. Couple cup holders, So it's you know, it's pretty nice. But anyways, let's give this thing a whirl. I'm curious. Have not drove a 500cc side-by-side other than some utility ones like Rangers and stuff. So I'm curious to see if it's got enough power to actually, you know, be able to play good. But we'll find out. That's right, it does have completely adjustable compression and dampening shocks on it. And you can adjust the preload. Not a lot of travel there, but yeah, anyways, let's hop in this thing, try it out. All right, so yeah, let's hop in. First thing you'll notice is we have nets. I took the windshield off, so we'll have a better view, so it doesn't glare on the camera or anything. But you can see we got nets. I don't care for nets, rather have doors, but that's what we got. It's a little cramped up, but I'd say, you know, about the same as any other 50-inch side by side. So started right up, fuel injected. So this one has 600, almost 700 miles on it. Seat belt, it's showing seat belt, but we don't need that on. It does not limit power or anything. I'm gonna start off in high range. Let's give her a whirl. So I'm not gonna beat on it right now. It's still a little cold. It's about 40 degrees or so here today, so we're not gonna get onto it until we're warmed up. But anyways, taking off, very smooth power. One thing I did notice, it's kind of got a high engagement before it takes off. You know, what are we? Well, it's 2000, but it kind of, you know, jolts a little bit. Could be a lot smoother. I hear a lot of people complain about that on the cfmotos. Usually people are putting clutch kits in these things, and nowadays there's a lot of aftermarket parts that you can buy for these. Yeah, one thing I love about 50-inch side-by-sides, I like ATVs, I really do, but if you want to carry a passenger, you know, these are nice. And a 50-inch, you can ride pretty much anywhere you can ride an ATV. The typical nowadays ATVs. The older ones you could fit a lot more places, they're a lot smaller, but nowadays they're getting big. One thing you suffer with these 50-inch is ride quality. Little on the rough side. You definitely go a lot slower with this than you would, say, a 60 or 64-inch machine, just because of the suspension travel. Now, not every 50-inch side-by-side is created equal. I've tried out some Can-Ams, new ones, new Mavericks that actually ride quite well in the slow stuff. You get going fast, and that's where you really want the extra travel on that machine. But and same thing, Wildcat Trail rides nice, but let's focus back on this. As far as power goes, you know, it feels, so it's kind of a little deceiving because this has actually got a long, it's got a lot of throttle to it. It's not just a little short throw. You got quite a little bit of travel here, so it makes me think I'm not having power, but what it is, I just need to push a little harder on the accelerator. I'm used to these drive-by wires, and what they do is they just, you know, you're kind of limited on the space, so they're a little touchier. But this is actually pretty nice. So we're gonna, this is kind of off-camber stuff. We're gonna throw it in low range, and I'm gonna put it in full drive differential lock, because I know that this can be a little tricky to get up at 50 inch. So we're gonna climb between these rocks here. Well, yeah, we got it. Traction of these tires aren't, I noticed they're not the best, I guess, for traction, but fucking up. Gotta lift this, lift my visor up here for a minute. But this is nice. I can fit through here. Most side-by-sides I've been driving recently, I can't even take these trails because they're so big. But anyways, I do have it in differential lock. We are limited to 19 miles an hour in differential lock, but you don't really want to keep it in there very long anyways. The EPS is strong on this, the power steering. Jesus. So yes, EPS is strong. You can feel a little more resistance on your steering wheel with it locked in full drive, but it's not bad. It's really not bad at all. It's way easier than, say, if we didn't have power steering. Put it back in high. And let's hit the trail a little bit. Yeah, you can just tell, you know, the suspension is not there. Fun machine, but I'm just telling you how it is. My opinion on this thing, for the price, you can't beat it. And I've heard if you put Elka shocks in these things, you know, it'll ride really nice. Nice quiet engine. I like that. I like the fact of that. I can hear myself think. I could hear my passenger if I had one here. Yeah, it seems to run kind of low RPMs for a single cylinder, actually. This is a 495cc. Yeah, see, we gotta watch out for stuff like that because we are so low to the ground. The rock pile up here I'm gonna be going through. I don't know how it's gonna go. I think we're gonna bottom out pretty easily and might get stuck, but we got a winch, so. What was I saying? I don't even know. Oh, 495cc single cylinder. This is a liquid cooled. So we're gonna go here. Oh, yeah. So I'm gonna tell. I already know I'm gonna need full drive differential lock because we are gonna be on the bottom. It's kind of growing up through here a little bit now, so it's a little hard to point where I need to go. You're gonna go here. Oh. Oh yeah, that was a good hit, but it actually made it through pretty easily, man. This could use a lift kit. This could definitely use a nice 2-inch lift kit. That would help tremendously. It can get through, but I am just hitting bottom a lot. So at the end of this here, we're gonna do a top speed test, see what this thing does. I'm guessing probably 50, maybe. We might struggle to get up to 50, but we'll see. places you're gonna ride this thing in the trails, if you're on rough trails. If you're on the roads, that's fine, but on the rough trails, you got plenty of power for what the suspension can handle. But yeah. Come up here. Alright, so now I'm gonna come through. I'm not gonna go my usual way because the bridge is out right now, so they got it shut down. But we're gonna come through. I don't want to make this video too long, so I'm probably gonna we're probably gonna call it good here, and I'm gonna go back and we're gonna I'll get you guys on that top speed run. How's that? All right, well, thanks for watching here. All right, guys, so I'm gonna come up here, turn around, and we should get a nice little run here. See what this thing's made of. It cruises. I'm just cruising here. It cruises along at 30 miles an hour very easily, and the RPMs aren't up there. I think red line in this thing's around 7,200 or so. So we'll see what she does. I'm gonna come to a stop, and I'm just gonna floor it. It's a little sluggish off the start, but ready? See right there, it's almost got a bog to it, and then it takes off. But you can see it catches 40 miles an hour pretty quick. Now this is only a 500 single cylinder, so we're 7,200 RPMs, 57. Curious to see what the speedometer says versus the holy crap, 60 miles an hour versus the GPS, but that says 60 miles an hour, and actually that was 7,700 RPM, so much more than I thought it was. I thought it was 72, but either something's wrong or different with the clutching in this, or I was wrong. But 60 miles an hour, that's quick for a 50-inch side. I mean, sorry, 50-inch, a 500cc cfmoto. So pretty impressed with that. But anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, check out some of my other videos. And this thing's probably for sale. I'd like to do a long-term test on it, but everything's got to go. So anyways, thanks for watching, guys.